Although on the surface this vehicle seems worlds apart from the cars which we would usually offer as part of our prestige collection, there is good reason why it's here, and as we talk about it more, you'll probably understand why. This of course is a Nissan Elgrand, and believe it or not, there is a massive culture for luxury vans, very well equipped family vehicles such as this one in Japan. In fact, these have all but overtaken 4x4s in terms of showing how prestigious your living is, because they are the kind of vehicle where you could simultaneously be shuttled to and fro from an important business meeting or an airport, but at the same time offer everything you would want inside. Of course, they're comfortable, they have rows upon rows upon rows of seats, fantastic levels of spec, but they are still extremely easy to drive, their proportions are much more modest than most 4x4s, and of course on this particular example, its price is fantastic. In fact, if you are looking for a family vehicle, you might want to stick around and hear what this one has to offer, because we actually took this car on, believe it or not, as a part exchange against one of our Jaguars, and its previous gentleman keeper who's had it for the past 5 years. In fact, it was imported in 2019 and he's had it for almost that entire time. He has taken fantastic care of this car and it shows. In fact, it was serviced barely 1,000 miles ago in December of 2024. It has a December of 2025 MOT as well, still even has its original 2 remote keys, and as we said, it was brought over here in 2019. But there are 2 key reasons why, not only when it comes to Japanese vehicles, they should be sought after, because as most people know these days, Japanese cars are very, very good on reliability, but it's actually something more than that. 2 things, in fact. Number 1, you should actively seek out a Japanese import vehicle, not just from a Japanese brand, but Japanese petrol heads and car enthusiasts actually take phenomenal care of their cars. Not only are they in fantastic condition, more often than not far better than their equivalent mileage from here in the UK or America or wherever else, but also because it is that Japanese import, it is significantly cheaper on road tax as well. Again, in most cases, half the price of what its equivalent UK vehicle price would have been were it sold here from new. On top of that though, this particular Elgrand has covered less than 60,000 miles, around 58,000 in fact, which is fantastic actually for a family vehicle, and many of them of course are long distance motorway cars which have really racked up the miles over the years. Not so here. Now, in addition to its history and of course its fantastic condition, it has those electric sliding side doors for easy access, of course rows upon rows of seats, fully kitted out in leather as well, so it's extremely comfortable. In other words, a proper luxury vehicle, and even though from the outside it's not what we would be used to compared to a 4x4 in the UK, from the inside it can actually outdo many of them. More space, more passenger room, more luggage room. Of course you can fold the seats and use it if you wanted to as a camping vehicle. You could move around huge amounts of luggage, or frankly anything, in the back of this if you wanted to as well, or of course have a full load of passengers for a long distance holiday or just a trip in general. And although these vehicles are already more modestly sized than their equivalent 4x4s in the UK, it is still that much easier to drive as well because of course being an automatic with that guidance box reverse camera as well. The kit level on this is fantastic. It definitely has to be seen in person to be fully appreciated, and in particular it is the interior alone that makes this car worthy of your time, particularly for its price point, because this car is under £8,000. And at that price point, well, quite frankly, you would struggle to find a 4x4, even luxury or otherwise, to match this level of practicality for a family vehicle, but at the same time, kit, luxury, and a comfortable ride, all in one package. So as mentioned, it is certainly something different for us, but absolutely lines up with our values at the same time. So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding this particular Nissan, of course you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871 155, or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.